Testing is the next step to find out if remains found in Montana could be related to the missing Skelton brothers here in Michigan. But there won't be any quick answers tonight. Michigan State Police say the testing could take months. DNA from Andrew, Alexander, and Tanner Skelton will be compared to the discovery in Montana we first told you about yesterday. The boys vanished in Morenci, Michigan in November of 2010. 7 investigator Jim Kirchner is there and reports people who search for the boys are closely watching these new developments.
Andrew, Alexander, and Tanner used to come into this hardware store with their dad. Jody lived across the street from them, and she remembers 7 years ago.
This is rather heart-wrenching for me.
Right.
They were always outside playing. Their mom was always right there with them. And they were always, having a good time.
The missing children flyers are sun-faded in the windows along Main Street in Morenci 7 years later. The mystery's not something they still talk about a lot, but not because they've moved on.
It's a real sensitive situation. It's a sensitive conversation around here. Most folks, we really don't touch on it other than the fact that we hope that the boys are still alive.
Dozens of volunteers from Morenci and nearby communities in Michigan and Ohio searched acres and acres of farm fields after the boys disappeared 7 years ago.
I had 3 boys of my own. Very touching situation to think that, something would happen to your boys. I just couldn't help but get out there and get going and doing something.
The boys' father, John Skelton, was the last to see them alive for Thanksgiving. He said at the time he turned them over to an underground group to protect them from their mother in their divorce. Police at the time also said they traced his cell phone out by the fields in the days before.
We were hoping to find them. Hopefully that they were just lost in the woods or whatever, and maybe we'd find them that way, but unfortunately that wasn't the case.
Officials say it may take several weeks DNA testing to determine if the remains found out in Montana are indeed the 3 boys from here, but people in this town are not giving up hope that they are still alive. In Morenci, Jim Kirchner, 7 Action News.
Well, there will be a special prayer event Sunday in honor of the Skelton brothers. The public is invited to view a 15-foot upside-down Christmas tree and pray for these little boys. It's from 3 to 6 p.m. at the former Delphi Methodist Church at the corner of U.S. Highway 224 and New State Road in Delphi, Ohio.